glimpse into the past, the story of Zeus, in part. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. The Alchemical Wedding. She. Night's liquid cave shelters life's glimmer of darkness. She covets the silence. She dances and dances. In seeking the southern, she's chasing the north wind. Embracing the serpent, she is inflamed with life's lust. There joining in aspect. 7 times coiled about the lunar egg's surface, tending the coal that's hidden inside will spark us to syllable, and to see the bulls before us in Taurus. The darkness, the heralds will call us. Be drunken with darkness, the unknown will guide us. The order, the chaos, love swaddled in darkness. The black pitch abyss that carries her starseed. By dancing and dancing, she's flowing like laughter. The crack in the egg lets her silver light wander. As it glitters and glimmers, it shatters and shimmers. What once was submerged was forgotten in tandem. The unit, the monad, moon queen with horns. On the neck of a snake she is standing. The mother of sunshine. The sickle of silver, the patron of justice. She was keeper of the hearth and queen of the era. The water still glistened in droplets as they fell to the beach. The sand she shook from her heels, leaving the sea behind. Never looking back, she headed straight for the sunrise. Embracing the coming days, she raced on to chase her lover's trail. The silver mother beckons him into her arms. Cold, stone arms. Crack ivy-eyed. Count the windy trees and darkened ponds, green blackened bogs of mossy grass, where moonbeams shine on beams of midnight's dew. And blackbirds watch and wait for putrefaction. They speak of charms and gnomes and magic and iridescence, and shrooms where decay is in transit, in its smell and in its heat. She's arranging and stirring in, measure by measure. Come Aeolian, come Dorian, all into the cauldron. In the heat of her dancing, she's evaporation. She's mixed Lydian in a concoction, the steam of spirits exits, entrancing. Through the chants, she incants and sings of the decomposition. In her crucible of time, she melds love into action. The elements she mates and divides with partition. The circle is squared first and then drawn and quartered. All are still shadows of phantoms, pantomimed by the hearthside, that dance in the red light, flicker and shudder, calling her children the shadows with bellows of laughter, into the womb of silence that beckons diamonds at midnight. My shadows, my children, arise, do not cower, the nightshades are opened for the witching hour. The bellows hiss of the wind's crystal breath, snakes in and out of her cave's chinked stone walls, threatening to spread ice in fingers of frost, to mirror and freeze the world's longest day, frozen in time, lest we tend to the hearth. The bellows, he bellows, across our stone threshold, be vigilant and wary, and tend to the fire, like the true heart's desire. Black to the core, veins of black ice, hold still my beating heart, under silent pause. Her freezing breath whispers of the dark night of the soul, of the solstice, tree bark and kept spice. On the brink of destruction, the long night of decay, she lays down a blanket of snow, white as the day. It shines in the moonlight to show forth the way. Her silver blue mantle is draped over and purifies the seed, the virgin, the glamour, her hidden within, nestled in the soil, rotting to make us anew, the seed of the spiral, the heart of the jewel. To wait by the fireside like black versus white, or day chasing night, or wrong cursing right. Moving on through the cosmos, the dread sea of black, in search of horizons across the abyss and cross back. Onto the morning, white of dawn's light, the seed, the virgin, the glamour, her hidden within, nestled in soil, it's black to the core. A son is born, a retreat into the forest as the shadows creep into themselves. They creep into themselves. They creep and slither back from the dawn. His morning magic breaks the midnight spell and shines his light and spreads his heat to vanquish winter's chill. Under the arch of heaven's golden vault springs forth the newborn sun, the sprouting seed of the lion's green. The April fool, the horse's foal, the children of the lyre. He climbs into Pandora's box and out shoots the tree of life. Blind vines of grape twist amongst burst acorns, the fir, the teak, the amaranth. Through the open window, the amber glow, myrrh, sage, and fruit blossoms. They color my senses as they carpet the forest floor. Unbury the cave of winter's hibernation and welcome the child of light and sensation. Throw out your love, cast your nets into the void, open the door to your heart. A son is born, a son is born. A Sunday morning's just begun. Burn away the dew of midnight's rain. Green lion, red dragonfly. Lettuce carrot grows for you and me. A pull, me down, is grape to feel the sun again. Orange you glad the tulips kiss the day. Between the green lion and the red dragonfly, the insects buzz as the birds hit the sky. From branch to branch I hear them singing my favorite songs. They brighten up the very dawn. Lying in the sun I close my eyes and I'm timeless again, in love with everything like the very first time I knew myself. Lazy grasses beside the sparkling spring waters. Under a canopy of weeping willows, they bow to the mother's children. Their banners wave proudly in the air. The red dragonflies on a field of green lion, down in the sun. I'm still green as a newborn child, the innocence of baby's breath. And dandelions in Pan sees love in sunflowers, in a garden of granite eyes and eaves. A dam calms a snaking stream and darkened pools of mossy banks. Gold bird, the bird you get is the bird you see. Heads or tails, right or wrong, your consciousness makes up its mind, unconsciously. With mind in hand, you make the man. Behind the veil of beaks, masks, and feathers, the golden age dropped into silver, and tarnished an image 'twas mimicked in bronze, gold to steel, led along in iron shackles. Like the noble eagle plucked, tarred, and feathered, the great ages of decline, all scarred and battered, picked clean by the carrion birds and vultures, blackbirds, songbirds, they're all mockingbirds, ravens, crows, cardinals in disguise, lovebirds, imitation of cheap flattery, ostrich, goose, or pelican won't make me swoon like a gold bird, a gold bird. Have you heard? The gold bird is saying that. Feather to the peacocks, lost along the way, and doesn't it feel fine? I've never understood what's left unsaid, unknown or undone. It's not the goal I seek, but really it's just the path I take, and it skips a street and well-traveled path and wanders by the lake. There's times when I'm just enough to make me hide. I look for you and there I lie. Together we complete the trinity. I live for you and my shadow sun makes three. I'm empty, I'm holy, so fill me up. The peacocks, I'm blinded, adding color to my palette. I'm loving, I'm hurting, I'm painting. I suffer, I'm longing. In short, I'm pushing, I'm drawing. When I'm happy, feather to the peacocks, fanning the throne with sweet fragrant air. Blinded by infinite variety, the birds can sing, so sweet to me. A stitch in time. There's still time to save our stricken ship, though the crew have abandoned it, and the captain split right down in between the skull. The crew are a bunch of bilge rats, but I think I can still patch the hull. I'm tearing up my clothes to patch the sails on this old vessel. The captain's quarters became the patch for my deck and rail. A stitch in time can save what once was mine. Good help is so hard to find. A stitch in time to save the sinking man. The sirens of Titan call me into the rocks, and I have half a mind to listen and see foaming and glistening and leave it all behind. Indecision. Smashed across the cliffs of madness, timbers obliterated in the torrent of Neptune's laughter. It echoes in my head as all the memories are cleansed by the relentless ocean clatter. All green in the gray of February's dawn, and what I was seemed to me so foreign and strange, like a dream of something else. And I struggled in infinity, dreading the sea as best I could, knowing eventually my time would come as the remaining part of me still understood death comes for us all, and the sooner we're taken, the sooner we can rebuild. So crash me about, and in time, entire continents dissolve into the sea. Where then do we place the cornerstone of the temple? Below the waves is all that's real, the universal solvent, the vitriol, the stone the builders reject, the stone of Sophie's that she wore around her neck, the one she stood as she bruised the snake's head under the crescent moon, shining on the water, black and calm and glistening on the timbers of what remained of my shattered wreck. I floated into oblivion. Released.